man we are celebrating. Auntie Gabriel, you take over.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Please permit me at this juncture
Camera, right?
to recognize the presence of distinguished Senator Augustine Akobundu. We'd like to welcome you, distinguished Senator. We also have with us, don't forget, he's the Senator representing Abia Central and Deputy Chairman, Senate Committee on National Planning and Economic Affairs. We welcome you most profoundly. Thank you so very much. We're expecting more dignitaries. And any moment from now, as soon as we get the nod from the distinguished chairman of this occasion, we'll hit the ground running with the programs of event for this very epoch-making event, the Michael Okpara Leadership Lecture and Award 2024, under the distinguished chairmanship of His Excellency, the former President of the Senate, former Secretary to Government of the Federation, Senator Anyim Pius Anyim, GCON. We welcome you, sir. We're also expecting that any moment from now, the guest lecturer will be making his way in here. The governor of Imo State, who also chairs the Southeast Governors Forum, Senator Hope Uzodimma Onwa, will be joining us, along with his counterparts from Cross River State, from Ebonyi State, from Enugu State, from Anambra State, and from Bauchi State, respectively. We're hoping that they join us pretty very soon. We'll keep the recognitions coming, but in the meantime, we recognize the presence of distinguished Senator Ned Munir Nwoko. Can we please make sure that he's comfortable? Organizers, please. A senator cannot be standing and some of us are seated. Can we please make way for distinguished Senator Ned Nwoko to get a seat, please? Respect our elders and our leaders, please.
Okay, please arrange this. Please bring it, I beg. Help us arrange for Ned Nwoko to be seated, I beg.
These guys, I don't know who they are.
Once more chairs have been brought in for our distinguished guests, may I recognize the presence of Your Royal Majesty, King Apostle Chibuzo G. Chinyere, founder Omega Power Ministries, Port Harcourt. We welcome you. Chief Chris Nwabia, founder Nwabia Movement, we welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for honoring us with your esteemed presence at this occasion.
Good to see you, sir. Very well, thank you. Good to see you.
My friend,
No, just write it, sir.
you know him?
I know him. I've recognized him without the title.
Yeah, okay.
So let's write it in full for us.
You know, Ben, you discuss or no?
No, I've been around, sir.
I've not seen you for long.
Yes. I've done the recognitions. Sir.
Okay, as a Obinubu, you recognize him? As a
Yes, I've done the recognition.
This is all he needs.
Okay.
As a Nubo.
Okay.
In the course of recognizing the presence of Chief Engineer Arthur Eze, apart from his national honors, we also omitted his the Igbo title. Eze Nupo would like to appreciate your presence. Please, can we applaud him one more time? Clap is a bit scarce here this morning. APC Chairman, APC State Chairman, Imo State, Honorable Sir Dr. MacDonald Ebere, we welcome you. Honorable Chief Canis Moore Nwachuku, Member House of Representatives, who was here with his lovely wife. We'd like to appreciate your presence again. Thank you so very much. He is chairman of a very formidable House of Representatives committee. We'd like to welcome you. Right Honorable Obi Agwocha, Member House of Representatives, representing Ikwano Wahia North and South, representing, and also standing here representing the governor and the workaholic governor of Abia State, Governor Alex Oti, one of the host governors. Can we please put our hands together for him in that capacity? He's already standing, and we also have Barrister Sonny Oswago, OON, former Federal Permanent Secretary. We'd like to welcome you, sir. Barrister Anozie Obi, MNI, President Ohuru Development Union. We'd like to welcome you. Thank you so very much. Keep the recognitions coming. Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, United Nigerian Airlines, Professor Obiora Okonkwo, OON. Please let's welcome him with a round of applause. We also recognize your presence, Right Honorable Achoyehim, former Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly. We welcome you, and is currently the Chairman Governing Board, Akane Ibiam Federal Polytechnic, Afikbo. We welcome you. We also recognize your presence, Africa Democratic Congress, ADC Path Chairman, Jigawa State, Honorable Kabiru Hossaini. We'd like to welcome you. Thank you so much for finding time to joining us here this morning. I think any moment from now, if the convener is anywhere close by, Chief Uzodimma Okpara Omekanea, if it's anywhere close by, please would like that you take your seat so we can get this event underway. Police band, we can make do with some light music just before the commencement of the program. And also please do us the favor of being on standby for the... I've done these recognitions. You don't have to hear, no sir. You don't do that. It is very unprofessional. I've done it before, so you can do it. It's not nice.
Yeah. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have here His Royal Majesty King Apostle Chibuzo G. Chinyere, founder, Omega Power Ministries, Port Harcourt. We are glad you're here. You are vesting both royal and apostolic blessings upon this glorious event. Also here we have Chief Chris Wabia, founder, Wabia Movement. We're glad to have you here. Thank you and welcome.
We announce the arrival of Executive Governor of Cross River State, Your Excellency Senator Prince Bassi Otu, just joining us. Can we please welcome him with a very resounding applause, please?
Want to be recognized as the inaugural lecturer of MI Okpara lectures. He delivered the first lecture.
That's okay.
I beg you to mention the funny and
My phone is on. My phone is on.
The program, because I've given mine to the chairman.
Yeah, we have two here. I'm looking for this man's name who is representing. The man is Governor of Abia. He's the one I'm trying to get his name to add it to our protocol list.
Are we going to
No, not immediately. Let's start with the national anthem. As we are
That's why I
starting.
asked media to be on stand. Governor Bauchi, we are waiting. Governor, we'll ask one of those men to get on.
They don't agree now.
Don't worry. I don't know why it's
Economy City Limited.
okay, let me get
Sita.
Let's
Police band. National Advisor on Political Affairs. Your Excellency, the pride of Cross River, Senator Prince Bassi Otu, the Governor of Cross River State, the chief host of this event, who for some obvious reasons is not able to make it, but has sent an able representation in the person of His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti, Governor of Abia State, represented here by Right Honorable Obiago Ocha, Member House of Representatives. Distinguished senators in our midst, members of the House of Representatives, the convener of this program, who also doubles as a chairman, Michael Okpara Foundation, Chief Uzodimma Okpara Omekaneya. Can we please give him a round of applause, please? He's taking after his father very fast, and we are very proud of him. Honorable ministers, both serving and former. I forgot to mention the presence of our esteemed former governors. Please forgive me. Your Excellency, former governors of Cross River, Senator Leah Limoke, Dr. Clement Ebri, former deputy governors of Imo State, Your Excellency, Professor Placid Njoku and Dr. Nkemo Keke of Anambra State, respectively. Our chief guests and an award recipient at this occasion, Sir Engineer Chief Athoeze Nukbo. Eze Nkpo. Eze Nukbo. And no, don't worry, I'll come back to that. He's my father, so I won't be making mistakes. The honorable ministers that are here, both serving and former heads of agencies of federal and state governments here present, speakers of state assemblies from the Southeast extraction, and your members, Southeast Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Chief Ugochukwu Agbala, and all your other members here present, my lords, spiritual and temporal, your royal highnesses, captains of industry, distinguished members of the Michael Okpara's family and extended, very distinguished invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the chief convener of this program, Chief Uzodimma Okpara Omekannaya, we would like to welcome all of you to this occasion. Just as we move on, we'd like to recognize His Excellency Dr. Clement Ebri as the co-chairman of this occasion, the former governor of Cross River State. Can we applaud him in that regard? We also have with us the presence of the former Minister of Transportation, Senator Idris Umar. We'd like to welcome you to this occasion. If you intend to make that a clap, can we make it a clap, please? I'm not working alone. My name is Andy Gabriel, and I have my sister working with me, Oledo Mbiwe. Please, I'd like that we also please give her a resounding applause.
And indeed, it is a pleasure to be here to celebrate an icon of Nigeria, actually, a national icon, one who has blazed the trail in many ways. A scholar, he had a scholarship to become a medical doctor abroad, and of course came back to politics, where he was the premier of the Eastern region, and blazed the trail in agriculture. I remember as a kid, one of the landmarks of the Southeast back in the day was the palm trees. I'm from Omahia, by the way. So when we're going home, you would see the greenery of the palms. That was a landmark achievement of somebody that is celebrating today, none other than our very own Chief Michael Okpara. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to quickly bring to the attention the fact that we're on live broadcast. For those who want to pass the front of the podium, please bear in mind that we're live right now. So, over to you, Andy.
Thank you very much. And in moving on very quickly, Your Excellency, the distinguished chairman, would like to welcome and recognize the presence of Archbishop Ogaigwe of MCN. Please, let's welcome him with a round of applause. We've been asked, Mr. Chairman, with your kind permission, to invite Archbishop Ogaigwe of MCN to please step up to the podium, or perhaps remain on his seat, and a microphone will be brought over to you for recognition, for the opening prayers. But just as we wait for the opening prayers, I'd like us to also bear in mind that we are now live on most national television stations. I'm told very reliably that we are on the network of the Nigerian Television Authority, as well as the Channels Television Network. Please, for their support, can we give them a round of applause, please? My Lord Bishop.
Thank you. Please let us pray. Gracious Father, we thank you for today and the privilege of being alive in the land of the living. We thank you for granting us the grace to gather together as Nigerians to celebrate the life of service of your son and our father, late Sir Michael Okpara. Thank you for the life of impact. Thank you for the legacies he left. Lord, as the Bible says, that the memory of the righteous shall be a blessing. Grant in this gathering, as we reflect on the legacies of this great servant of yours and his political impact and influence, may we be moved to live better and to serve the Nigerian nation. Grant that all the persons that we are going to use to provide leadership in this gathering, Lord, will be inspired by your Spirit, and all we shall do will culminate to the praise of your name and the blessing of the Nigerian nation. We offer this prayer in gratitude through Jesus Christ our Lord.
At this time, we would like to call upon a man with a vision. He is the chairman, Michael Okpara Foundation. Not just that, he is the son of the man whom we're celebrating today. He's none other than Chief Uzodimma Okpara. May we put our hands together for him as he makes his way to the podium. Tukenenya Omekanaya. Please make your way to the high table, to the podium. Beg your pardon. Put your hands together for him. Encourage him. Encourage him. Encourage him. Omekanaya. De. Wayokwa. Mama Dede. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me first of all welcome everybody that is here who has brought out special time to attend this occasion. Let me start with my host, Governor, who is unavoidably absent here, but is ably represented by my brother, and a man who I would describe as Dr. Michael Okpara's son, Right Honorable Obi Agwacha. Obi, you're welcome. My brother that is exceptionally very close to me. I'm sure when the governor found out that it wasn't possible for him to come, he said, well, let me send somebody who is close to you. Obi, thank you very much for coming. Let me welcome the governor of Cross River State. There's something that happened one time. We had a lecture in Umuahia. Then Governor Duke was the governor of Cross River State. And Chief Bob Ogwagu was a trustee and a major mover of the foundation. In fact, he's one of the founding members who made sure that the foundation survived. Chief Bob Ogwagu was Secretary General of Eastern Nigeria Development Corporation in Eastern Region. And he just sent a letter to Governor Duke at that time. And when Governor Duke came for this event, he said, I don't know anybody in the family of Dr. Michael Okpara, but when I became governor, I asked, who built Calabar Cement Factory? He said, Dr. Okpara. Who built Calabar Rubber? He says, Dr. Okpara. Who built Obuduka? I now said, no, stop. I will come. I don't know them, but I will come. I will come and meet the family of this man who did so much without being a member of Cross River State. Your Excellency, about 24 hours ago, somebody sent me, when the person heard you were coming, and knowing that I'm an agriculturalist, I'm an agro-industrialist, he sent me a post about the work, the wonderful work they are doing in Cross River. And then he said to me, you know you're an agriculturalist, but there's something the governor is doing, especially in agriculture, that you should also think about. And that is the mapping which you are doing on soil to identify soils for different products. You want to plant rice, go here. You want to plant cucumber, go there. That is wonderful. I don't know whether there's anybody who has done that yet. Congratulations, Your Excellency. And thank you very much for coming to this place. Let me also recognize the former governor of Cross River State, who is our co-chairman, and H.E. Clement Abri is more than a brother to the family of Dr. Michael Okpara. His father used to be the chief civil servant in Umuahia, and we have maintained that wonderful relationship since then. H.E. Clement Imoke, when you talk about Eastern Nigeria, there's no way you will not put H.E. Imoke and S.E. We call the late father, Dr. S.E. Imoke, we call him S.E. Education under S.E. Imoke was the best in Nigeria. Give him a round of applause. That is not to say that I'm not saying that he himself as governor did not do well. Of course he did well. But I'm just making reference. Since H.E. worked with Dr. Michael Okpara, I said, let me make the reference with Dr. Michael Okpara. H.E., you're welcome. Before I come to the chairman and co-chairman, let me thank our leader, a philanthropist, A man, each time he sees me, he says, Okpara, your father was a very good man. There is nothing that we do for your father that will be too much. And he persistently says it, he acts it, and truly,
We beg your pardon for the break as we introduce the presence of His Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodimma. You're welcome, sir.
I was speaking about the only Prince Arthur Eze, a philanthropist, a good man, a believer in Dr. Michael Okpara. Sir, you're welcome to this occasion. Before I go further, Your Excellency, I would like to welcome a man that I would say some of your actions are like that of Dr. Michael Okpara. When I was just speaking, the governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodimma, walked in. And I would like to say, Your Excellency, some of your actions are like that of Dr. Michael Okpara. You stand with your friends. When you're on board, you are on board. These are the marks of political leadership. And we're encouraged by the fact of your continuous and multiple assistance to the people of Southeast who live in Lagos, whose situation will be worse without your intervention. Your Excellency, Senator Hope Uzodimma, you're welcome to Dr. Michael Okpara Foundation lectures. Let me please turn around before I come to our chairman of the occasion. Let me welcome Senator Ned Nwoko, who is the Senator of Federal Republic of Nigeria. You're highly welcome. When I came to look for you, I had to come to look for you with a friend of mine who is a former commissioner of police because we were roommates in Nsukka. He said, no, it's his brother. Let's go. I'll take you to him. You're welcome. Chris Atuboko, you're welcome. And then let me also welcome our Honorable Minister, Chief Nnaji. You're welcome. And everybody who is here, you're welcome. If not for Senator Pius Anyim, this event will not hold. It is the truth. It is the truth. When I called him, I said, sir, I want to send you the invitation. He said, no need. Is it a matter about Okpara? Send it to me on WhatsApp. I'll read it. In 2 minutes, he called me back. He said, I'm on board. Your Excellency, God bless you. Thank you for everything you did for this occasion. I welcome everybody. There's something I want to mention also. There are some people who are relations of Dr. Michael Okpara who have come all the way from United States of America. It's an endless list. The MCs, they are led by Dr. Gabriel Madua-Kolam and the rest, and you're welcome. To come all the way from America, spend all that money to come for the event, we remain thankful to you. Thank you very much, and may God bless everybody who is here. The MC, Ola, and the chairman and the rest, they will continue with the recognition. More recognitions will take place. If I didn't call your name now, the MCs, everybody, they'll call more names. I haven't really prepared anything as such regarding the events of today in terms of proper speech and so on. But I just thought that since we have a chairman, we have a co-chairman, And the other people, perhaps who are more knowledgeable than myself in terms of written documentation and so on and so forth. I thought that the best to do was let me make remarks about Dr. Michael Okpara, which perhaps not many people had known about. The lecture series is an annual event which we have with the foundation, because this foundation was founded not a few years ago, many years ago, about 1978. Chief Bob Obuago, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, who was chairman of this foundation for more than 15 years, came together. Chief M.T. Mbu, who was Minister of State for Navy, Chief Mbazilika Amechi, Barrister JSPC Nwokolo, Chief Onyesa Nwachukwu, and many others. There are more than 20 of them who came together and said, let's immortalize the memories of this great man who ran one of the world's fastest growing economies. This is how Dr. Michael Okpara Foundation started. And Chief Iwanyanwu himself, in fact, all of them came together and said, Chief Iwanyanwu, you were very close to Dr. Michael Okpara, you be the chairman, and he agreed. And for more than 15 years, he was chairman of Dr. Michael Okpara Foundation. When he died, when Chief Bob Obuago died, he took over from Chief Iwanyanwu, and then when he died, then I took over as chairman of this foundation. In a few minutes, when we talk about world's fastest growing economy, in a rally in Port Harcourt sometime in the 60s, this story was told to me by Dr. Michael Okpara himself, corroborated by Chief Bob Obuago. As I said, Bob Obuago was Secretary General of Eastern Nigeria Development Corporation. He was also a trustee and chairman of the foundation at various points. ENDC was the pioneer organization that was charged with the responsibility of building industries and farm settlements. And he said, in a rally in Port Harcourt in the 60s, that Dr. Okpara came without consulting anybody, just said, 36 months from today, there'll be no unemployment, there'll be massive food in Eastern Nigeria. He said that. Chief Bob Obuago, who was secretary of ENDC, when they returned to Umuahia, because everywhere they go, they end up in Umuahia. Chief Bob Obuago, when they came back, he said, Premier, sir, have you thought about what you said in Port Harcourt? And Dr. Okpara replied to him, according to what Bob told me, Chief Bob said to me, Bob, you are not thinking. He said, yes, sir, tell me what we're going to do. He said, okay, I'll tell you, I've got it all worked out. We will build more than 30 farm settlements. We will build more than 30 industries. Bob, do you get it? He said, yes, sir, I get it. He said, sir, how are we going to get land? He said, we'll get the land if we tell the people to give us land, they'll give us land. We'll tell them what we're going to do with the land. So Chief Bob Obuago said, yes, sir, we'll get onto it. In any case, the story of industrialization of Eastern Nigeria started with that rally. These industries were built. Golden Guinea breweries, modern ceramics, Niger Steel, Turner's Asbestos, Pepsi Cola Onitsha, shoe factory at Owerri, Michelin at Port Harcourt, glass factory in Port Harcourt, Calabar Cement Factory, Calabar Rubber Factory, farm settlements at Boki in Ogoja, Olona North, Olona South, Ohaji Egbema, Uzowani, Erei in the Ohafia area, the Obudu Cattle Ranch. The list was endless. About 3 years or so, this also told to me by, this one was told to me by Chief Bob, corroborated by my mother. Dr. Michael Okpara went back to that rally point and said, today, is there anybody who is here who is unemployed? Chief Bob said to me, we didn't see a hand up. The price of eggs had crashed to 2 for a penny, 24 cups of garri for 1 shilling, 24 eggs for 1 shilling. Eastern Nigeria was on the path of economic growth and economic development. I believe myself that the relevance of Dr. Michael Okpara is not only to talk about him for yesterday, but also to talk about him for today. I believe that Nigeria can be one of the world's fastest growing economies. I believe that. That no ifs. We have the population, we have the will, we have the money. I believe also that our people are willing to work. Let me give you a simple, there's no time. If you go to Aba, the people who make jeans in Aba are tailors in Aba. So they use what we call as Igbos, dwadwa, to make their jeans. There are machines called brother machines, which are made in Japan. You don't need to be a tailor. These are the machines that the Bangladesh Indians are using to make pairs of jeans. But in these factories in India, in China, and all those places, Nigerians are the ones doing the work. So, tell me, if we have brother machines and we make pairs of jeans here that is better than the ones that the Bangladesh people are selling in trade fairs in New York, do you think the Americans will not buy the one made in Nigeria? They will buy the one made in Nigeria. They have no loyalty to anything. They have loyalty to quality. Therefore, finally, I call upon the government, federal, state, to declare a Marshall Plan, a Marshall Program. Loans that are going to be made available for industrialization should be at rock bottom, 3%, not more than 4%. Repayment, 15 years. An industry must breed. If you want to make a product like Dr. Michael Okpara, don't make a product that we will sell only in Nigeria. Let us sell it in a trade fair in Geneva. Let us sell it in a trade fair in London. Let us sell it in a trade fair in Japan. I tell you, once we do this, and the will is there, we will be on the path for Nigeria being one of the fastest growing economies. I will never accept from anybody that we cannot be one of the fastest growing economies. Okpara did it, so we can do it today. The time is ripe for us to do it. We want to work. Our people want to work. And we have capable people. We have capable governors. Our governor, Onwa, is here. He will do it. Alex Oti is here. He will do it. Our governor of Cross River State is here. He will do it. They will do it. The Michael Okpara's model, I'm not saying take 1960 and bring 1960 now. No. I'm saying let's take 1960, modernize it to today, and be on the path to be one of the world's fastest growing economies as Michael Okpara do it. We can do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we can do it. If Michael Okpara did it in the 60s and successfully so, we can do it. Please, can we give Omeka Naya another resounding applause, please? Thank you very much. Thank you. My colleague Ole Dumbiwe had recognized the presence of our guest lecturer, Chairman Southeast Governors Forum, who also is the governor of Imo State, Onwa himself, Senator Hope Uzodimma, commander of the Order of the Niger. Can we please applaud him one more time? Mr. Chairman, sir, also recognize a few more of our dignitaries that are here. We don't take your presence here for granted at all. We recognize your presence, Your Excellency Princess Mwefiru. Please, a round of applause for her. Thank you very much for joining us. We also have with us distinguished Senator Osita Izunaso. We'd like that we welcome him with a resounding applause as well. We have with us Honorable John Okafo. Please, can we welcome Honorable John Okafo, Member House of Representatives. We also recognize the presence Honorable Alex Egbona, representing Abi Akoro Federal Constituency of Cross River State. We welcome you. We recognize your presence, Honorable Joshua Chinedu Mobika, Honorable Member House of Representatives representing Amak Buari Federal Constituency. He's also an awardee at this occasion. He's represented by his legislative aide, Mr. Livingstone Aminu, Deputy Governor of Ebonyi. We welcome you one more time, just as we recognize Honorable Chike Okafo, Member House of Representatives. And I also, in the course of the recognitions, I forgot to mention the presence of the immediate past governor of Abia State, Your Excellency, Dr. Okezie Ikbazu. Can we please welcome him with a resounding applause as well? Chief Harry Iko is a former Minister of Science and Technology, and he's here with us. We'd like to welcome him. When recognizing Professor Obiora Okonkwo, OFR, I forgot to add the fact that he was the centenary lecturer and centenary awardee for Dr. Michael Okpara Memorial Lecture. Can we please applaud him one more time in that regard? Just as we recognize Your Royal Majesty, Eze Sir Dr. Uzo Nwosu, MFR, Ojim One of Ojim, Oku Nuegbe, Ohoho, Umuahia. Please a round of applause for him, please. Thank you. We'll keep the recognitions coming, but in the meantime, we'd like to get this event underway more seriously with what the tone setting that has come from Omeka Naya. What is next is for us to then listen to the very great and remarkable words of a great leader, a patriot, a pan-Nigerian. Please, I'd like that you welcome with me to the microphone the distinguished chairman of this occasion, His Excellency Senator Anyim Pius Anyim, GCON, former president of the Senate and former secretary to government of the Federation. That applause for him can come even louder than that.
Your Excellencies, you can agree with me that if I have to undertake the protocol, I will certainly run into a storm. I will crave your indulgence to stand on the existing protocol. But even at that, I must sincerely recognize the chairman of MI Okpara Foundation, Chief Uzodimma Okpara, who had just spoken. And if you ask me, he had done my opening remarks for me. Let me also very humbly recognize the presence of His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, the Governor of Imo State, His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Basio II, Governor of Cross River State. Let me also recognize the representative of the Honorable Deputy Speaker of the House of Rep. And I must not forget to recognize Chief Ato Eze, our leader and foremost philanthropist. Distinguished and honorable members of the National Assembly, particularly my very distinguished colleagues, too numerous to mention, and the members of the House of Representatives, let me particularly recognize the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology here present, Chief Uche Naji. I'm also delighted to welcome my Deputy Governor, the Deputy Governor of Ebonyi State. Ma, you are welcome. Chief Clement Ebri, we are delighted to have you, former Governor of Cross River and co-chair at this occasion. My friend and brother, distinguished Senator Leah Limoke is here. Chief Okezie Ikbazu, I understand, is here. Professor Obiora Okonkwo is here, and honestly, a whole lot of dignitaries. My lords, spiritual and temporal, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me very warmly welcome all of you, distinguished guests, to this auspicious event. I am most delighted to be part of the 2024 Dr. Okpara lecture series for a number of reasons, foremost of which is that in 2022, I was awarded a doctoral degree honoris causa of Dr. Okpara University, Umudike, Abia State. As I prepared to accept that offer, I took time to research the personality of Dr. Okpara. I did not get to meet him while he lived, as I was not in any way his contemporary. But I discovered, to my surprise, certain exciting similarities between him and myself. He was bulky in frame as I am. He was tall as I am. He wore the same facial outlook as I do. He launched into public life at the age of 39, the same age I became the president of the Nigerian Senate. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Okpara was pragmatic. He was pragmatic in leadership, strategic in thinking and actions, and selfless in his service to God and humanity. From then, I committed to striving to model my life and principles after Dr. Okpara. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my expectation that none of us will live here without committing to imbibing the spirit and the examples of Dr. Okpara. For all of us here gathered, including those joining virtually, and particularly the younger generation, it is important we know why we must celebrate the life and times of Dr. Okpara. I want to state, and very confidently, that no Nigerian citizen east of the Niger has impacted Eastern Nigeria positively like Okpara. At 39 years of age, Dr. Okpara became the youngest Nigerian to become a premier. Dr. Okpara's tenure was a reign of ideas and pragmatism. On the assumption of office, Dr. Okpara was confronted with the challenge of creating a future for Eastern Nigeria, which at the time was rural in every aspect of life. The challenge before him was how to impact and uplift the lives of the people so that they would, in the future, take control of their own economic well-being. Dr. Okpara needed not just the support and collaboration of all the key stakeholders of his time, but also their participation. In order to have a common platform for a takeoff, Dr. Okpara commissioned a firm of Arthur D. Little, a management consultant, to develop a blueprint or growth plan for the development of Eastern Nigeria. The critical areas of focus of the growth plan were human capital development, industrialization, entrepreneurship, agriculture, and infrastructure. The policy direction of Dr. Okpara, as shown in the areas of focus, was to stimulate economic activities in the entire region and attract participation of the private sector. The activities were structured in clusters so that the participants would leverage common facilities in training, in infrastructure, and distribution to complement each other. Under industrialization, he created industrial estates serviced with basic infrastructure such as water, power, roads, and so on. The estates were specialized per cluster as follows. Aba was designated light industries. Umahia was biotechnology. Emene, steel and industrial automation. Nkalago, Port Harcourt, Calabar were for cement and building materials. Transamade in Port Harcourt was for heavy and light industries. And Onitsha was prepared to drive retail trading. All the major economic hubs were provided with commercial support services like hotels, and the chairman mentioned the presidential chain of hotels. The presidential hotels you see across Eastern region were all the legacies of Okpara and other services. In no distant time, the structured industrial clusters attracted multinationals who also leveraged the conducive business environment to invest in the Eastern region. Example, Nigerian breweries came into Aba, Liver Brothers also in Aba, Patson and Zuchtin in Aba, Michelin and Dunlop Tires in Port Harcourt, and a whole lot of other multinationals. And even private, indigenous private sectors were as well stimulated to also participate in the economy. You now see the rise of Ugo Foam, rubber estates in Elele, Echie, Ameke, Abam, and so on. Cocoa estates in Omahia, Arochukwu, Obubra, Bende, and so on. Cashew plantation in Udi, Mbala, Akamoye, Isuochi, and so on. Dr. Okpara's vision to make agriculture one of the mainstay of the economy of Eastern Nigeria, Eastern region, galvanized the people into agriculture. And this had a huge impact on agricultural investment, revenue, pragmatic approach to development. Impact on agricultural investment, revenue, pragmatic approach to development. The World Bank in 1964 reportedly acknowledged the economy of Eastern Nigeria as the fastest growing regional economy in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it can be said that the magic that guaranteed the progress recorded under Dr. Okpara's administration was purposeful and visionary leadership. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, accordingly, I am delighted to welcome you all to Dr. Okpara's lecture series, which is a platform to impact lessons in purposeful and visionary leadership. I welcome you all.
Can we make the clapping a little louder? A thunderous round of applause, please, for the chairman of today's occasion. We thank you very much, sir. And I'll take a cue from what he said in breaking this down for the generation we call the Gen Zs, because I know we have young persons here. So when we say Eastern region, bear in mind we had 8 states of what you have in the southeast and the south-south, except for Edo State. So we have 5 governors of the southeast who are host governors today. The chief host governor is the governor of Abia State. So that explains the title, chief host governor. And with that, I'd like to bring to the center stage the representative of His Excellency, Governor of Abia State, the home state of the icon we're celebrating today, Dr. Alex Oti, ably represented here by Right Honorable Obi Agwocha Emechara, that's a member of the House of Representatives. Please put your hands together for him. He will make his remarks as the lead host governor.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo State, the Chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum, most distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, Your Excellency, the Governor of Cross River State, ably represented by Her Excellency, Mrs. Patricia Onyemechi. Ebonyi State, sorry. Also, that's Ebonyi State. I'm so sorry, madam. The chairman of the occasion, the former Senate President, is distinguished Pius Anyim. Let me please stand on existing protocol as I did, but I also wish to recommend my senior brother, Dr. Uzodema Okpara, the chairman of Okpara Foundation. I would also recognize my former governor, His Excellency Dr. Okeze Ikbazu, to recognize also my brother and friend, Professor Obiora Okoronkwo. Nanyuku Ato Eze, Anamekelege Naha Jesus. I also recognize my brother, the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Chief Naji, the distinguished senators here present, the House of Representative members here present. I welcome all of you. Ndo Umahia, not Ndemoro, Dr. Okpara. I salute all of you in Jesus' name. I'm here to represent His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti, OFR, who is unavoidably absent, but recently met with Dr. Uzodema Okpara to also infuse his own vision. He titled his speech, Dr. M.I. Okpara, Agricultural and Industrial Model, a panacea to poverty, hunger, and hyperinflation bedeviling our nation. His Excellency says, let him begin by thanking the organizers for offering him the rare opportunity and privilege to speak on this memorable launch and posthumous foundation in honor of a great man that he is proud to call his role model. A man whose dream and vision towards the development of agriculture and industrial clusters have so cherished and gladly committed to restore and build on. So pursuant to his avowed mission as a government to conquer hunger, food insecurity, and youth unemployment in Abia State, God's own state. There's no viable and tested economic model that holds the prospect for guaranteed economic growth and prosperity than the M.I. Okpara agricultural and industrial model, which led the defunct Eastern Nigeria, comprising of the present Southeast and most of the South-South states, to become one of the world's fastest growing economies in the 60s. His Excellency conveyed that he may not have done justice to the legacies of Dr. M.I. Okpara and inspire us as leaders of today if he fails to list some of his agricultural establishments and industrial establishments in the 60s. The boatyard at Opopo, oil palm estates at Ohaji, Calabar, cocoa estates in Ozitem, Arochukwu, Golden Guinea in Umahia, Nigerian glass factory in Port Harcourt, palm oil and seedling estates in Elele, and the list goes on and on. Since his assumption of office on May 29, 2023, Dr. Ali Soti has continued to demonstrate the zeal and commitment to reenact the M.I. Okpara model through our agricultural transformation agenda by rolling out programs and policies that will engender sustainable growth and development in this sector. In our sincere and genuine effort